All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Aaron Raskin. I want to welcome you to the Empower Hour call here for Monday night, June 1st. I am super excited to host this call tonight with a very, very good friend of mine and one of the top leaders and income earners in the entire company. And we're going to get to that in just a few minutes. But if you just joined us, I want to welcome all of our first-time guests and all of our listeners here from all around the world. We host this conference call on Monday nights. It's our Empower Hour. And we haven't missed a Monday night call in over 3.5 years. So you're definitely in the right place at the right time, certainly with the right people, most importantly, for the right reasons. And you're going to want to grab a pen and paper. You're going to want to open up a text edit or a notepad, take down some notes. I always say you never want to leave your future or your fortune to your memory. So be prepared to take some notes. We're going to get kicked off here in about 60 seconds. So we're going to give a chance for more people to get on the line. And if you are in leadership chat, please just let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. I'm going to go ahead and mute out, let some more people come on the line, and then we'll get started here in about 1 minute.
This conference is being recorded.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the call. My name is Aaron Raskin. This is the Empower Hour call, and we are scheduled to get kicked off here right about now, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have a really great call lined up for you tonight. It's not just myself. I also have, in conference mode, not just a great friend and a business partner, but one of the top leaders and income earners in all of the home-based business industry, certainly here with our company. And he is my great friend, Silvio Fortunato. And Silvio, I just want to test the lines and make sure that you are able to be heard as well. So are you out there, my friend? Okay, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. Silvio is calling in all the way from Lisbon, right outside of Lisbon in Portugal. And I don't hear you, Silvio. So let's see if we need to have you call in on a different line here. Just give me 1 second, gang. We're going to get kicked off here in just a few moments. Sometimes we're at the mercy of technology, so let me just let him know I don't hear him. Okay, you might have to unmute yourself if you can hear me loud and clear. Any other leaders in the chat, just let us know if you can hear us. Okay, it looks like we're being heard around the world. Silvio, I don't know why we can't hear you, but we still cannot hear you at all. Let's see, I'm getting another chat here. Give me just 1 second. Okay, let me go ahead and
All callers are unmuted.
Okay, Silvio, can you hear me?
Hello?
Ah, there you go. How you doing?
Hello?
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, great. All right, we had a little bit of technical difficulty, gang, but you know what? That's part of the business. When you build a business around the world, we have people calling in from all corners of the globe, and sometimes technology is a little bit tricky, but we figured it out. Thank you, Michelle Schaefer, for chatting at me and letting me know how to open up Silvio's line. And Silvio, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
Hello? You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Ah, okay, cool. Okay, good. Okay, can I start it or just?
Yeah. I just asked you how you were doing tonight.
Yeah, okay. I'm perfectly well. I'm very excited to be here and very excited to start this call.
All right. Well, we are live right now. We're being heard by thousands of people from around the world, and the call is broadcasting live both over the phone and the internet. And so, maybe to give you a proper introduction, I think it would only be fair to maybe share a little bit about a quick story that happened back in September of 2012 when Empower Network had its second live event. And if you guys are not familiar, if you're brand new to the team here or you're just listening in for the first time, Empower Network launched in October, late October. It was actually Halloween night of 2011. And, the company was brand new. Nobody had ever heard of a viral blogging system. Nobody had ever heard of, the Empower Network, and never heard of such high commissions that this company pays out on all of its products and services if you're an affiliate. And really, we got a lot of pushback from the industry because it was kind of an anomaly. Nobody had ever heard of the company or product or about the opportunity before, and before you knew it, that first night that the company launched, there were literally hundreds of people posting on Facebook and emailing to their teams and their friends and their fans and their followers about this opportunity because of a single vision that was created by our founder and our visionary, David Wood. And, I was out trick-or-treating with my kids, and I saw, Empower Network all over the internet, and I didn't know what it was. And so I started doing some research, and what happened was the company launched in that first couple of months, and we had all sorts of challenges and pushback and opposition and ridicule. And over the course of the months, those of us that saw the vision and shared that vision, we locked arms and we just kept marching forward and pushing through all the barriers. And we had our very first live event about 8 months after the company launched. It was in Atlanta, Georgia, and we had about 1,500 people, and it was the most high-energy event I had ever attended in my 20-plus year career in home-based business. Well, about 2.5 months later, it was now September of 2012, and we had doubled in size in that 90-day period from the first event to the second. And not only did we double in size for the event, but we also doubled our incomes as well. And it was at that event where I made a commitment that I was going to build a team actually working hands-on with people and teaching them and mentoring them and training them and teaching them what I know about how to be successful working from my home on the internet. And at the very same moment that I was making a commitment to grow an international team around the world, the gentleman you're about to hear from was making a commitment on the other side of the world to get started, and I'm going to let him share his own story. But Silvio, maybe you can share a little bit about what was going on for you right around that time in your life, in your business career, and what was happening for you and why you got started here.
Yeah, thanks for your kind introduction. Hello, everybody. I'm very excited. As I told you in the beginning, sorry for my English. English is not my mother language, as you can notice, but it doesn't matter if English is not your mother language. You can do it too, So I have a little bit more than 20 years on this industry, and I started 20 years ago. I was a computer company. I was a computer programmer at that time, and I have a great bigger raise of my salary. And in that company that I was the second person that earns more money in the company. The other one was my chief. So I see at that time that even if I work double or if I work more, the other years I will receive only a few percentage of raise of my salary. And I noticed that from now on I have a limit of that what I can earn. And besides, I have a lot of money compared to all my colleagues on the company. I decided that I don't want to do no more working for someone because I have a limit. Some people really are worried about having a fixed job with a fixed wage in a way that they can predict the future and they have security. I hate these things, and I hate to know exactly what I'm going to earn in the end of the month. I cannot live like this. I just need to work and know if I work more and if I do it something more smarter or do something I can earn. There is no limit if I really do it well. And at that time, I tried to figure out a way of changing the way I'm earning money. So I started looking for business. And 20 years ago, I received a phone call of a friend because the universe conspires with us when we really, really want something. The universe does its part. And I received a phone call when I put on my mind a decision, when I really decided to go to have a business, to work for myself. When I put this on my mind and I start consciously working to have this reality in my life, I received this phone call. A friend of mine says, well, I'm very excited. I have a new business. You have to come to my home. I was there, and that was the first time that I was in contact with the multi-level industry, and I get completely nuts in the first 5 seconds. I was very, very, very excited. And I will tell you a little bit more, but what I want to tell you, my story is a little bit similar as Aaron's story because we have these 20 years of industry. And for the last 15 years, I tried to marry the idea of having an internet marketing business together and mixed with a multi-level marketing business. So we see a lot of changes in these 20 years and a lot of things. And because we understand clearly the past and we know exactly, or we have an idea what is the trends, what is going on the industry right now, and what we can do better than we are doing now. So if you are here on the call, if you have any experience in multi-level marketing or in the internet marketing space, or you don't have any experience but you start to think about it and try to get something on the internet to make it a salary or something, an extra income or something like that, I will try to tell my story. Aaron will tell his story too, and you can learn from that story a few lessons that I learned from the hard knocks that I pay a long years and a lot of money, and you can save a lot of time and understand some things that really happens right now on the industry. Okay, so the first 3 years I was very excited with the idea of multi-level marketing. I worked really, really, really hard. I was very young. I don't know how to do things, but I do exactly what the leaders tell me to do. I do gazillions of miles. I do gazillions of home meetings, hotel meetings, all this kind of stuff. And after 3 years, I failed miserably. I stopped this. But, these 3 years were very, 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 very important for me. I learned things that today I'm the person that I am because of these first 3 years. Well, they were very, very important. And sometimes we think that if we earn money more than we expend, it's okay, it's success. But there's other things beside the money, So besides I failed in terms of money, in terms of results, I planted a seed on my mind that I really, really want to be free, that I really want a completely new way of living, that no one's around me, my father, my mother, my neighbors, my relatives, no one lives this kind of life, okay? And 20 years ago, I start to see that I can have a completely different life if I do a completely different way of the people around me doing. And there are some phrases that I learned in that time that really, really changed my life. One of them is that for the things change for me, I have to change first. I will repeat. For the things change for me, I have to change first. This is really profound because most of the times I see people that come to me and they really want to change their life. They want to go to the next level, and I see them doing exactly the same things that they do for all these years, thinking exactly the same, doing exactly the same way that they're doing things. What we have now, what we are now, it's the sum of all the way of doing things, the way of we think. And if we really, really, really want to go to the next level, we have to do things in a different way, okay? Another thing that in these years I learned is someone tell me, to predict your future is very easy. You don't need to have a crystal ball. You just see 5 people that do exactly what you're doing 5 years more, okay? You can see the best ones. And if you look and study these 5 people that do what you are doing with more 5 years that you do. So you can see what they have, what the house that they have, the car that they drive, the quality of life that they have, the time that they have. If in the average, this is really what you want to achieve, cool. You are in the right place, you are doing the right thing, so you will achieve more or less than what they are achieving. And when I hear this, I get very, very scared because I look for all the programmers that I know, and they don't have the house that I want, they don't drive the car that I want, they don't have the time that I want, they don't have the freedom that I want. So all the red flags, all the lights comes in and say, well, stop. You really, really have to do something different from your life. If not, you will have exactly the same. So these kind of things, these seeds were put in on my mind and were so strong that I really desire to be free. I really desire to have a life that I don't have any boss, that I can work from my home, that I can work whenever I want, that I can travel the world and have a business which is mobile and can go with me. And I dream that I work for myself. I don't have a lot of employees and a very complex business model. I really, really, 20 years ago, put this on my mind. And the best way to predict the future, is to create your own future, you know? So these 3 years I failed in the multi-level marketing, but the seeds were put in on my mind. So I give up a little bit from this industry, but the desire was there. So I made a computer company with a lot of employees, but after 5 years I really know that that was not the way, because I will not have the freedom. It's very complex models, business models, and I say, no, stop. I will go again to the industry. But at this time, I want to do the things completely different. And I know that there is millions of people out there that already have contact with the multi-level marketing, that they failed. But it's like a virus. It puts in our veins and never leaves, you know, because it's not the multi-level marketing. It's the idea of having the freedom. It's the idea of chasing the sun, having a business and having a life at the same time. That's the desire that is really deep down in our mind. So I try to do multi-level marketing because I believe that this is the model. This business model that can help me, but it was 15 years ago or something, and I try to do it with the internet. There is nothing. Internet is starting, and I try to marry this idea of having the best of the multi-level marketing, but at the same time try that the people come to me and I don't need to chase absolutely no one. With this idea and without knowing almost no one that's trying to do this with the internet, I start. It was very hard because I don't have no one to model, no one to copy it. And I try by trying and error, but every day I try to build a system that really can work for me, that I have an automatized system that can bring me all over all day long, people to me to see what I have to offer them, and the system automatically explains to them what I have, and they decided by them without any intervention of mine. I designed this on my mind 15 years ago. It's easy to design in our mind, but it's very hard to conceive this. So trying and error, and then I don't know, 6 years ago, I heard about the attraction marketing model with Mike Dillard, and I say, well, this is the answer. I do a completely new system, and I try to marry this multi-level marketing with internet marketing. And 99% of my attention is to building the systems, building my own products, all this stuff. And after 5 years, I learned a few lessons. First is that trying to do everything for ourselves, it's very, very hard. It's a very long learning curve, in the way that after all this work, we start to having a system that's starting to produce the results. So if it's hard for me, it was much, much harder to give this system to someone, and without they having experience, they can really start making their own things and start to earn money. So another thing that I see is that multi-level marketing, besides having this leverage, having all these kind of things that I told you before, most of the traditional multi-level companies we have to have a huge, huge team because we receive so small percentage. So after 5 years of making these attraction marketing model systems, internet marketing systems, all these kind of things, I see, well, I'm almost burnt out. I really believe the idea that I really can conceive a system that can works for me in the automatic, and I can have a system that people can use it, start using immediately without learning so much things, only a few things. They really, really can start producing things. And if they have a lot of high percentage, they can really earn money. So in my mind, I start to figure out a new system, the next step of the attraction marketing model system. And exactly what I told you in the beginning, when we really, really, really want something, when you really desire something, when we are completely focused on something, the universe do their part, you know. And I start to come in some conclusions, and I come across with the Empower Network 2.5 years ago, and at this time I decided to make something different. I decided that I have to have a new system, and I have to have new mentors. And it was exactly the time that Aaron Raskin told that I was in that situation. I was almost burned out, but at the same time I really, really, really believe that I can find or I can create or something like that this system. And I find out that in the other side of the world, Empower Network have exactly the system that I was dreaming for the last 15 years or more. You know, exactly the same system. Why? Because the people that create this system pass exactly with the same problems. They really want to earn money in a easy way, in a way that they don't have to build everything from scratch. They cannot be burned out. They need to learn a lot of stuff in the way that they start earning money. And they really want that this system is true for them, but true for a lot of people without experience that can use this system and start producing results. So it was a strange thing the way I came across with Empower, and exactly the same day, imagine that, exactly the same day that I came in the conclusion that Empower have exactly the thing that I'm looking for, I received an email of Aaron Raskin. I was in his list for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. You know, I admire him. I know that he have a lot of success. And exactly in the same day, I come in to conclusions that I need a new system and I need a new mentor. In exactly the same day, I come to the conclusion that it's Empower, and I will work with Aaron Raskin. It's unbelievable when we are focused, the universe do some crazy stuff. So if you are here for the first time, please pay attention, okay? Because you are not here for, you are here, I believe, for a special reason. So what happened after I start with the Empower Network is something out of this world that sometimes it's hard to explain, you know. But when we have a system in place that we don't have to worry about a lot of things, they are ready to use, and they have the right products that instruct us in the right way, the magic really happens, because we really need only to focus in a few steps. When I asked to Aaron, well, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm tired to earn only a few bucks. I really want to earn money. I want to earn 30K a month. What I need to do? And he tell me these simple things. You want to repeat yourself what you say to me that day?
Yeah, absolutely, Silvio. You know, I said a few things. I didn't say a whole lot. But what I said to you was that you need to generate enough leads so that you can make 2 sales per day. And when you keep that up for 90 days, right, so 180 sales over a 90-day period, you know, by being qualified to earn income, right, on our products, that will turn into a $30,000 per month income. And I have to make an income disclaimer because we don't guarantee any income. This is not a guarantee. This is not like a job where you go to work and you get paid for your time, right? In free enterprise and entrepreneurship, you don't get paid for time. You get paid for value. And the value that you bring to the market, which are people who are watching you, right? Your friends, fans, followers, your audience, your list subscribers, right? And some of you may be saying, well, I don't have any list subscribers. I don't have a lot of friends, fans, or followers. Well, that's why you're here, because we're going to teach you how to build an audience of people who are looking for everything that we have to offer. And there's literally hundreds of millions of people who are looking for what we do and who are looking to align themselves with us because of how we teach people how to change the quality of their lives forever. And so, Silvio, when I told you that you needed to generate enough leads to make 2 sales per day and keep that up over 90 days, you know, the thing that impressed me the most was that I saw a light bulb go on over your head, and I saw that you got it, because I know that that's the formula. That's our $30,000 per month formula. And so, you know, for anybody that's looking for a guarantee, we don't have that. But I know that when you do the right things in this business, you can get those right results. And so when I saw Silvio, you know, with that light bulb on over his head and his eyes lit up like saucers, I knew he got it, and I knew it was just a matter of time before you, Silvio, you know, you were able to generate enough leads using all the different technologies and all the different tools and resources that we have access to at our fingertips, literally on our cell phones or on our computers, right? We all have access to the same exact tools and resources and all the trainings that are available. And that's when Silvio just started to go from walking to jogging, and then he started running. And I know, Silvio, you got a lot of story to share. So I'll come back here and share some of this, some of the insights I got from what you shared for the first 15 or 20 minutes of the call so far. So why don't you continue and just share a little bit about what happened for you since then?
Yeah, it was amazing, because one of the lessons all these years was keep it simple. And I just, instead of seeing millions of videos or something like that, I just look for the information inside of our products. I buy all the products, okay? I just saw some information about generate leads through the Facebook. I know that I cannot dominate all the things, so I just focus entirely in one source of leads. So I started to generate leads from the Facebook, and I decided to work in Portuguese market. There was nothing in Portuguese inside of Empower Network. I have to build a lead capture page and all this kind of stuff in Portuguese. And after 5 months, I have my consistently 30K a month, okay? And because I have all this work to do in Portuguese, I take all this time, but if I don't have all these kind of things to do, I'm sure that before I can have this 30K a month before. But and I keep this very, very simple. And today, what I say to my team, take notes. If you are new on this business, take notes, because now I will give you a step-by-step system, a step-by-step formula, a game plan for you very, very, very easily. Okay, so generate enough leads to make 2 sales a day, make a blog post to communicate with your list what you are doing, a blog post to communicate with your list, and send this blog post to your list. And do this consistently for the next 90 days. Anyone can learn how to generate leads with Facebook or another source. Okay, choose one source, dominate this. Anyone that don't know how to generate 0 leads today, with the knowledge that is inside in our products, you can learn, you can master one way of doing leads. Okay, anyone can learn it. Generate enough leads a day. Anyone can learn how to make a blog post. It's very easy. You can learn in 5 minutes how to make a post. Then you start to learn how to communicate with your list. But in the beginning, I don't teach nothing technical. I just tell about my vision. I just tell about what I find out. I just tell them about where I want to go. Nothing more than this. Plan. If you stick with it, in the next 90 days, something magical can happen to you, okay? So, what I learned from all these years, and for the first time in our industry, these 2 industries, the multi-level marketing, the best of the multi-level marketing, and the best of the internet marketing, for the first time, get married. For the first time, For the first time, we can have the best of the multi-level marketing, the business model that we can build a team and earn from the team, but with high percentage. Okay, we earn 70%. Okay, we earn a lot of money. Not these tiny commissions that are divided. Is 70% for me. It's not 70% divided for 100 people or something like that, you know. So for the first time, we have the best of the multi-level marketing philosophy, and on the internet marketing side, it's a game change if we have a system completely made. And when we have a system completely made with products, with a good funnel, with a lot of products, with everything in place, that you just have to focus on producing leads, make a blog post a day, and send this blog post to your list. If you only focus on this, the magic happens. What happens when 6 years ago, I tried to make a system? I have to worry about all the things. I have to worry about making landing page when I don't know how to make a landing page. I don't know what to put in a landing page. I have to do my own products. I don't know to do our sales video. I don't know all so many things that we have to worry about when we want to have an internet marketing business, that it's overwhelming. It's so much things that most of the people give up in the process. I don't give up because I'm a very persistent person and I really know what I want to achieve. That's what I don't makes me give up. But I was almost burnout, you know. So what we have now on our industry is something incredible. That's why I admire so much David Wood, because he had this vision, and this vision was created by the necessity, you know. And it's amazing. If you have an idea, in these 2.5 years, I made more than $600,000. You know, it's my results. I'm not telling that you will earn the same. You can earn the same or more or nothing. It will depend on you. But comparing these 2.5 years, comparing with all these 20 years, is something really, really amazing. Because the technology that we have right now, there wasn't 5 years ago. We don't have better when we have only multi-level marketing, you know. And if in these 2.5 years so much things happen in my life, what I'm more proud of is the thousands of people that I really help on the way, you know. I have people on my team that earns almost the same money that I earn. A lot of them completely changed their life completely. And the most incredible thing is now we have the time, we have the energy to not only focus in our business, not only focus in helping others in their business, but we can really do humanitarian things that is something out of this world, you know. And everything because 2.5 years ago I decided that I need to change my vehicle and I need to change my mentors. Because sometimes it's nothing to do with that you are not an hard worker, you are not a dreamer, you are not a very persistent person. Most of the times I look for people that are very, very hard workers, but they don't have the right vehicle, you know. And I don't, I recognize if I have 20 years of this industry, if I told you that we are on the right place, on the right time, with the right system, it's something that if you start to look carefully, you will know what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? My English is not really good in a way that I can explain you why. But after you are in, after you know our culture, after you see the way of we do things, you really, really understand that that's another world, you know, that you finally, if you are looking for these kind of things that I told you, you finally, you reach your home, like I'm feeling right now that I really, after 20 years, I have my home, you know what I mean? So, Aaron, I think you passed me the same experience, and you feel exactly the same way that I feel, yeah?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Silvio. I mean, I had a dream since I was a little boy to be free. You know, I wrote a Facebook post yesterday about how my dreams of freedom started when I was in, you know, really grade school, but I found myself in high school when I was a sophomore in high school, just literally staring out the window, you know, during class, and I used to get called a daydreamer. And, you know, I posted yesterday on Facebook, I wrote this whole story, and I put a little picture with it, an image, and it said, "Don't quit your daydream." You know, a lot of people say don't quit your day job when you're trying to break into a new business or a new industry. And my Facebook post said, "Don't quit your daydream." Because when your dreams are big enough, right, and you see what you want, when you're very clear on the life that you want, the lifestyle that you want, the people you want to surround yourself with, you know, what your daily looks like, right, what you do on the daily, when you wake up, what your breakfast is like, what your day starts out like, who you're surrounded by, right? If you are clear on what your life is going to look like, right, then all it takes is for you to just take the action steps. Because I always say when your why is big enough, the how part takes care of itself. And, you know, when you and I met, Silvio, one of the first things you told me, which I always quote, is that you don't want to just live a life of freedom. You wanted to chase the sun. Right? I don't know if I translated that correctly, but you wanted to be able to go to the beach and live this luxurious lifestyle where you get what's called mailbox money, where money just keeps coming in day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year for work that you did one time. Right? And, you know, you mentioned some things earlier that I really want to point out because we have a lot of new listeners, people who maybe don't understand what it is we do or how we do it. And, you know, you made a comment earlier in the first few minutes of the call that, you know, if you know what your income is going to be at the end of the week or at the end of the month, right, if you know how much money you're going to make every single year, you're probably one or two paychecks away from being broke, right? And that's because that's what it's like when you have a full-time job, or that's what it's like when you have a salary and then you get vacation days and you get sick days and personal days and you have a, you know, whether you punch in at a time clock or somebody keeps track of your hours, right? If that's, you know, the life that you live, there's probably a good chance that you're one or two paychecks away from being broke, right? And, you know, you also mentioned about how we become the average, right? Our income becomes the average of the people, the 5 people that we communicate most with. It's not just our income. It's our mindset. It's our skill set. It's our belief levels, right? And so when you surround yourself with people who have a higher level of income or a higher level of belief or a higher level skill set, right, or mindset, right, when you surround yourself with people, you know, I always say water always seeks its own level, right? And so you want to be around people who are doing better than you. In other words, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're probably in the wrong room. You need to find a place where you can be lifted up and raised up and spoken life into so that you realize what's possible for you, right, and your family and all the people that you want to touch, move, and inspire. So it's about surrounding yourself with people at a higher level. And that's what I love about this community, is that we're constantly growing at a rate that I have never seen before. I have never seen so many transformations in any company. I've been a part of this industry for 20-plus years. I've been a part of dozens of different companies and organizations and communities and cultures and teams. I have never seen a community that has transformed the lives of so many people, people that were literally about to commit suicide when they listened into an inner circle call, which is one of our, one of our best products, and they completely changed the rest of their life because of something that they heard on an audio that was recorded a couple of years ago. And that's just the beginning. That's just the grassroots of this conversation. I can name name after name after name of people who were literally broke, busted, and disgusted with themselves and their lives, and they just couldn't take it one more day of doing the same thing over and over and over again. And they made a change because they realized that if they don't change, like you said, Silvio, for things to change, you have to change. And if they weren't changing, their lives weren't changing. And the only guarantee that I will make anybody on this line is that if you do nothing different, right, if you do nothing, nothing will change. So the key is to take that first step. You never have to see the whole staircase to take it. You just have to have faith and belief, and you have to know that your dream is bigger than your problems, right? And so, Silvio, you talked about attraction marketing. You talked about, you learned about this attraction marketing concept, and how somehow, some way, you wound up on my subscriber list. And when I joined Empower Network and started mailing about this, product line, this company, the culture, the community, the compensation, right? See, what a lot of people don't understand, Silvio, is that we have changed the way business is done on the Internet. There's a lot of Internet communities out there, but we have raised the bar, right? We were the very first company to pay out all the money on products. We were the first company to ever come along and create a viral blogging system, right? We raised the bar. We broke through some of the barriers, and we kind of paved the way for dozens and dozens of other companies. The interesting thing about those companies is that those companies are no longer in business. We are the, well, I guess we can say we're often imitated, but we've never been duplicated. And the reason is because you cannot duplicate the heart of a company, right? And see, when you joined my list, had I stopped, right, emailing my list and blogging and doing videos and posting on Facebook and using social media to, build my own audience, had I stopped when I was challenged, and believe you me, you know as well as I do, I've been challenged just about, more than anybody we know, right? But see, I was consistent and I was persistent in just continuing to move forward, knowing, right, that there was better opportunity out there, that there was a better day for me. And so I never quit. And had I quit, Silvio, then you would have never joined. We would have never became friends. I would have never been able to come to Portugal twice. You'd have never been able to be a part of Empower Network, because who knows if you would have joined. But my point is this, is that, see, we might only be one person in the world, but we could become the entire world to just one person. And when one person does well, it can change an entire company. It can change an entire community. It can change our society. It can change literally hundreds of thousands and millions of people's lives. And so if you're listening to the sound of my voice right now, just know that you are the difference. It's not that you can make a difference. You are the difference. So, Silvio, I want you to bring us, current. I want you to talk a little bit about, the fact that you have a team of nearly 10,000 people, right? You're probably coming up on 10,000 people on your team because of a decision that you made. I want you to talk a little bit about what your team, the Lazy Millionaires, have been able to do as a group in the humanitarian department, because what you guys have done is just mind-boggling. I'm just super proud, not just the fact that you guys have grown to be as big as you have and have had the financial success of no team I've ever worked with internationally before, right? I was out in Portugal last October and handed your top 20 earners just from your team down, right? You and Roy Gabriel and Mario and Carla and just Miguel and Paul. I mean, I can name all the leaders there, Sinead and Alejandro, and don't make me list all of our Portuguese and Spanish and Brazilian friends right now, but I will say this much. I handed out checks totaling over $5 million to your team's top 20 earners. And you have a team of thousands and thousands of people. So we know that your income results have been pretty remarkable. I mean, better than just about any team, I think, on the Internet. Certainly any international team. But what have you guys been able to do with that collective consciousness of global humanitarianism? Tell us a bit about what you guys did driving across the continent to the other side of the world to give back.
Yeah. These kind of things are very, very difficult for me to say two words, you know. I get very emotional, and it's very, very hard for me to speak with. And I'm sure that in a few calls or something, we will be on Empower Hour call or in another call with a lot of people on my team and talk a little bit more specific what we're doing in this humanitarian space and so on. But I believe that for someone to help others, first he have to help himself, you know. And because we produce now more than $6.7 million in commissions in all my team, a lot of people changed completely their life. And it was not my idea, it's a Rui Gabriel idea. And it says, well, we really need to start to give back to the society what we really have, that we are really get, you know. And it was his idea to found a group inside of our group that we start to focus on humanitarian missions and things like that. And then we talk with Nuno. Nuno is an unbelievable guy, and we start to spread in all over our team, and we do some really incredible things, because when you put a lot of people with the same vision, with the same focus, doing something, the magic always happens, is in the business or helping others in humanitarian things. And because a lot of people doing small things all together can do a really big thing. So we do a few humanitarian stuff. The last one, we were half a month out, you know. That's a really good thing, that this business, when this automatic and is really well done, you can really be half a month out. In this case, I was almost one month out, because I was 1 month in the event of Empower Network. I stayed 1 day at home, and then I was driving for almost 2 weeks, and we do like this. We involve the community around us that is not in our group but outside the business. We involve the community, and we raised 6 ambulances. Some we buy them, some were offered by mayors and things like that, you know. And we bought 6 vans and 1 small car. So in total were 13, 6 ambulances, 6 vans and 1 car. And we put clothes, milk in pouch, toys, seeds, a lot of things, hospitality materials, and we put completely full all the vans, all the ambulances, and then we drive from Portugal through Spain, through Morocco, through Mauritania, through Senegal, and then to Guinea. We drive 5,000 kilometers through the desert, a lot of hot. It was really a big adventure. And then we drive 2,000 miles, 2,000 kilometers inside Guinea, because we want to know the institutions that we will going to help directly, So we give the ambulances, we give the vans to these institutions, and we have a big, huge container that we paid to go by sea, a huge container with a lot of stuff, and we give this to the institutions. And well, we will not definitely. This will not change the world. Definitely, this will not change the world. But I'm sure that this will make a really big difference in some people that we know, some children. We were in an orphanage that when we go there, the children pass really bad. They start starving, and yeah, it's very, very hard to explain. It's something that only living this. But thank God that 2.5 years ago, I have my mind clear of what I really want to achieve in life. I worked really hard these 20 years in a way that now I have my dreams done,
You're going to make me start crying there, Silvio.
Yeah, I told you it's very hard to... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, it's remarkable what you guys have been able to do, even after you've made all this money. A lot of people, take their money and they just, they hoard it and they don't, use it to give back. And what I've seen you do, not just yourself, but the entire team, the dozens and dozens of people who traveled. I think you told me you went 7,000 kilometers last month. And for not just the first trip, this was your second trip to Guinea-Bissau. And, you went there with cars and vans and an ambulance and all these hospital and medical supplies and school supplies. And, for those of us that have watched the videos of you, spending time with the kids and the business owners and the school teachers and all the children of the villages there, it's just truly remarkable. And, that's what this is all about. We can take care of our families and we can take care of ourselves and keep all of our bills paid and, pay off, debt and travel and vacation and buy new cars and homes. And, we can do those things with the income that we earn from this business. But that's just the beginning of it. That's just the start of something greater. I always say that, the top is really just the start of a higher climb. And once you break through and learn how to build a business successfully online, when you learn how to use these strategies and these skill sets that we teach, through our entire product line and through all the leadership and mentorship and all of the camaraderie that we have, once you figure this out, you really can start dreaming at a whole new level. And I think for you, Silvio, what you've done with and I know Roy, Gabriel, and Melissa, and Nuno, and Rita, the whole
community,
Yeah, it's the whole community.
It's not the Silvio, Even in Power Network, JC and David Wood, when they heard about it, they say, "Well, we want to contribute," So when we have a community of people that have minds with these mindsets, we can do some incredible things, and it's not me, it's the community,
Yeah.
It's people with big hearts that really want to give back, and when we have a lot of people that want the same, the magic really can happen, and it's not so hard to put these kind of things in place when we have a team with people with vision, people that really change their life and they want to give back.
Yeah.
It's a special magic that all these 20 years I never saw anywhere. And I was in the biggest multi-level marketing companies. I work with the biggest internet marketing gurus out there. It's not my first drive, so I don't get impressed very easily, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when I say that we have a different animal, In Power Network, this community is something that we cannot compare with nothing. We cannot compare with any multi-level marketing. We cannot we cannot compare with any internet marketing system out there. We cannot compare with nothing, because it's not only the system, it's the community, it's the way of we doing things. It's because there are people here that pass through all this challenge, all over these years, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's something that I call it the intangible. It's the X factor, and it's almost like you can't explain. It's like, how do you explain vanilla ice cream? Well, you can't, because you either taste it and you know what it tastes like, or you don't. Either you're a part of it and you experience it, or you don't. And there are people all around the world that are looking for this, and this is where it is. We have it. It's right here in our community. And like you said, it's not just about the Silvios and the Roys and the Nunos. It's an entire community. Well, that's how this Empower Network system works. It's not just, an internet marketing company and a business opportunity and a way to make money online. It's a culture of people who work together to lift each other up, raise each other up, and propel each other to the next level and beyond in their own lives. And so that's really what this is all about. I mean, the Lazies and all the greatness that you guys have brought to the business, was a collective vision that came from David Wood to grow international teams all around the world and to affect the lives of millions of people. And the great thing about this, Silvio, is that if this were a baseball game, we would just be at the very top of the first inning. We're just getting started here. We're just scratching the scratch of the scratch. And, there's a tremendous amount of opportunity. It's like an iceberg, in the Arctic, right? You don't see, how deep it goes, right, until you start doing a deep dive. And the deeper you dig on this company and this community of leadership and membership, right, the deeper you dig into Empower Network and its history and its roots for just 3.5 years, if you would look at all the things that we've done as a community, right, the Habitat for Humanity and all of the charitable contributions that have been made in the last 3.5 years. Remember, we've done more business than any internet marketing community in history. We've rewritten the record books, and we've raised the bar for all of internet marketing. And, we've done as much business as a company that has done about $500 million in 3 years. And we did it trying to prove a concept with one hand tied behind our back. And we're really just coming out of our beta test. And yet we've created over $158 million in commissions for our affiliates around the world in over 100 and some odd countries. And so we're just really moving in the right. We're moving in the right direction, but we're just starting to pick up a little bit of momentum. And if anybody is listening to the sound of mine and Silvio's voice right now, the key to big success in this industry is to obviously, be in the right place at the right time, right? Have the vision to see where a company inside of an industry is going and to take severe and massive action. So, Silvio, get us back on track. What would you tell people who are looking at Empower Network when it comes to taking that first step? I mean, what's here for people when they get started?
Yeah. First of all, don't think that this is good for the big guys, the big gurus, that people that have 20 years of experience like myself or like you. It's nothing to do with this, you know. 99, well, let's say this. In almost 10,000 people that I have on my team, I can count from the fingers of one hand the people that have experience in the internet marketing before, you know. And most of the people on the top that I have don't have zero experience. And what I say to everybody, having experience or not, is generate enough leads a day to make 2 sales a day of the basic, the blog, okay? Make a blog post a day and send this blog post to your list. Do this consistently every single day. And your life will change. I don't know how long it will take, but it will change. If you do consistently and make enough leads a day to make sales a day, I told you, it will be really fast. You can't believe how fast it is, okay? And the most incredible thing after you get your success, the most unbelievable thing is that you see the success of your team. It's magical. When you start seeing people that don't know nothing, and in a few months they are on stage speaking, and they change completely their life. Or for instance, that you can travel 5,000 miles or 7,000 miles, and you find out a little girl with a baby. I don't know what is the age that she has. I don't think that they have 18 years old or something. She already have a baby in the other side of the world. And we stop in the street, and she comes to us, come to me in Cesarina, and ask for help. Because she cannot, his breast don't give milk to his baby, you know. And she gives water and lemon juice to his baby. Imagine, water and lemon juice to this baby. If she continues to do so, I know that this baby will not survive. Imagine a baby drink water and lemon juice. And we are stopped there, you know, and we have a lot of powder milk in our cars. We give them power milk to the several ages that she can raise their kid with the best milk that he can have. We give them clothes and so on, you know. And I'm sure that we don't change the world, but I'm sure that we change the future of this child, you know. And if you have the courage to chase your dreams, if you have the courage to do exactly what you believe that give you the happiness. In another call that I was before that, I learned something all these years, and maybe this will help you today to make a decision. When you have to have the courage to chase your happiness. When you make a decision, make always a decision that you believe, that you truly believe that this decision makes you happy. If you have two ways, you go to the right or you go to the left, and you have to decide it if you have to go to the left or to the right. Always decide the way that you believe that makes you more happy, okay? Sometimes you have to go to the right, and you know that you have to go out of your comfort zone, that you stretch yourself, that you defy yourself, that you challenge yourself, that it's other way, but if this other way is the way that you believe that makes you happy, please, please choose this way, because you have only one life, you know. That's because a few years ago I decided only to go after my happiness and do things that I believe that makes me happy. That's why today I'm chasing the sun. Today I live my dreams every day. I can not even fulfill my dreams, but help others to fulfill them and help others that don't have a future, don't have nothing, absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? Because I'm not nothing special. Only because one day I decided to run for my happiness, to go after my happiness. And because of this vision, I find other people like David Wood, like Aaron Raskin, like a lot of leaders that have the same vision, have the same goals, chasing their happiness and help others chasing their happiness too. You know what I mean? So chase your happiness. That's what if you are new, if you have to take decision always based on what you think that will make you more happier. If you have a lovely job, man, look for a way, a system like Empower Network to help to fulfill your dreams and to work for yourself. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely, Silvio. You know, before we wrap up, I'll just say one more thing. I'll say one more thing before we wrap up here. You know, years ago, Silvio, I used to operate from the position of my bank account. I used to make decisions based on how much money I had. I used to make decisions based on my income and what I had coming in. And like you, I got tired of living, you know, a slave to the fear that I wasn't going to have enough. And not too many years ago, I decided to put my foot down and to stop myself from living in fear, worrying that there wasn't enough for me. And I started living from my heart. I started operating from a different place of love for what I wanted to do and the gifts that I wanted to deliver to this world. And when I made that decision, it opened up a whole new world of abundance for me, and things truly started changing. And I found the right people to align myself with. I found the right companies, the right opportunities. They all started coming in my direction because I started going in their direction by leading with my heart instead of thinking with my wallet. And so for all of our friends listening on the line right now, if you're new, if you're just listening in for the first time, if you're just checking out our community to see if this is the right thing for you, all I will tell you is this, that you already know what you want to be doing. I know you didn't come here for information. I know you came here because you're ready for a change. And if that's the case for you, then get back to the person who invited you to this call. Go back to their website, go back to the email, go back to the status update, whatever post you found this number from, and there's a link probably sitting right around that message someplace. Click the link. Go ahead and get started. If you were invited here based on our brand new depth plan that we're introducing here on the 11th of June, you're in front of the wave. Now it's your chance to paddle like hell and catch it and ride it all the way to the beach. So if that's the case, you'll get a chance to watch some information, listen to an audio. No matter how you get started here, just click the Buy Now button wherever you're able to see the message. Become a part of the team. You get access to your Fast Start training. You'll go through a series of audios and videos and text, and you'll learn more about who we are, what we do, and how you can be a part of the greatest community on the Internet. So that being said, my friends, I want to thank you for your time and attention. Silvio, I want to thank you for your time and for your commitment and all of your hard work and dedication to the success of everybody around you, yourself and Cesarina, your whole family. Joao and Pedro, I mean, the whole team there, all the lazies, all the leadership, all the members and mentorship. I just want to say thank you to you guys. You guys are amazing. And this call is officially a wrap. Thanks for being here. This is Aaron Raskin signing off for the Empower Hour. Have a great evening, everybody.
Thank you, Aaron, and I hope one day I see the people that are on this call. I give him a hand on the live event. I see in their eyes, and I see that they change their lives. Okay? Bye-bye.
Let's make it a plan. Thanks so much. Good night, everybody.